Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Every Closet. My name's Ethan and along with my partner Stephanie, we are two full-time resellers of used clothing online on apps like Poshmark and eBay. So if you like reseller content, click subscribe down below and join us for today's video, which is a consignment Q&A.
We are fairly new to incorporating consignment into our business. We have a few consignment clients and we've been receiving questions over the last few months as we've been posting, what sold videos of things that we've sold that have been consignment. So we wanted to do a video to explain to you guys how we're doing that and answer any questions that you might have had. So I put out a post on my Instagram asking for consignment related questions and I got a bunch of responses from that. So we're going to be going over those questions and then anything that we think is just notable to mention about it. So, really quick, what is consignment? In the context of what we do as resellers, consignment means someone has some used goods or maybe even newer tags, but they have some things that they're going to give to us to sell. So, they don't want them anymore or they would like to convert them into money now. They give them to us and then we hold on to them, we list them, and we ship them once they sell. And then we split the profits of that sale with the client who gave us those items. So the first question that I wanted to go over was someone asks, do you have a contract with your consignment client?
The answer to this is yes. So I got our first few consignment clients on a more informal basis because they were referrals from close friends or family. But going forward, you can find all of our consignment policies online. I'll leave a link down below in the description and I'll put it on the screen somewhere here. But basically, that document goes over all of our policies, and we'd ask any of our new consignment clients going forward to sign off on those policies before we'd agree to consign for them.
Yeah. And so we went over those same policies like on that sort of informal basis with our present clients. So we like verbally or over text or whatever. And they agreed to them and then we moved forward as consigners of their goods. Yes, we do recommend having a contract. It is a business relationship and we do think, I mean, of course, Ethan thinks it's good to cover yourself with a contract, especially if you're lucky enough, like me, to have a handy little lawyer here to write you a contract that just basically covers you in case, business things can. Often they go great and no one has any issues, but sometimes they don't, and that's when it's good to have a contract. I would recommend obviously making it very specific to your business and how you want your policies. Everything won't be the exact same as our policies, but it's good to know the types of things that would come up that you would need to know for a contract.
If you are considering about diving into consignment, don't just take our policies and copy them exactly. Tailor whatever you're doing to your own business. Please don't just copy those policies for your own business if you're thinking about doing consignment. I can't provide you legal advice, and those policies are tailored for our business. They may not work perfectly for yours. So take the time to prepare something yourself, or if you need legal advice, talk to a lawyer about drafting something for you. For our business, we felt that the more kind of informal policies that we have posted, getting a client to sign off on those would work best for us and our needs, but that might not be what's best for you.
Disclaimer, we cannot give legal advice.
I am not insured to provide legal advice at the moment, so
Okay, so that's all we have about the contract. But yeah, you can see that on our website if you're curious. And then the next question, and every single person who asked us questions asked this question. How do you get clients? And this is something that's going to, again, be different for everyone. But I feel like the most important thing for getting clients is just letting people know that you're accepting them. So, like, us getting clients is telling friends and family what we do. It's making these videos talking
yeah.
about how we accept consignment clients. Someone might reach out to us from that. It's posting on Instagram saying you're accepting consignment clients. Just let everyone you know and who views anything that you do that you are accepting consignment clients is probably the first and most important step. And then also, like, once you get your first few clients, you can start saying things like our consignment client, and then people will know from that as well. And
If
just
you,
referrals.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was just going to say, if you have a consignment client that you feel like you have a good relationship with and you think they're happy with the work you're doing for them as well, they're probably your best spokesperson for finding new consignment clients. So it's one of those things where once you get one, it kind of gets a little bit easier to get another and then another. And you want to be looking for anyone in your life who maybe shops at higher end places or has really nice clothes or really nice purses or whatever. And if you just let them know that you're doing this, maybe it doesn't lead to anything, or maybe it does. And that's probably the easiest way to get consignment clients, is just from the clients you already have.
Yeah. But because so many people asked, we're going to come up with a few other ideas because we like to give lots of ideas. So, like,
Stephanie likes lists.
I like lists of ideas. So, you could also do like a more kind of guerrilla marketing, and like if you have business cards, get yourself some business cards. Anyone you talk to about your business, give them a card, make sure it has links to your like website, consignment stuff on those cards. You could leave the cards on car windshields. You could leave them in people's like doormats. You could just stand on a corner and pass out some cards. Like you, any way you can get some free advertising. That's one way. And then other free advertising options are, Facebook Marketplace ads, Craigslist, bulletin boards, free ones that you're allowed to post to. Maybe there's one in your building or something like that. Another option is always paid advertising. We've never done this, and we're not really planning on it. But if we start making crazy bank, maybe we'll pay for some ads, and yeah, get the word out to as many people as we can. So yeah, those are ideas around finding consignment clients. My biggest piece of advice for that is, if you want something, ask for it. So, hey, got any clothes I can consign? No? Fair enough. Moving on. Next. So, yeah, don't be afraid of rejection and don't be afraid to ask for things. A lot of people ask, what percent do you take or what margin of split do you use?
So this is definitely one of the things that's covered in our policies, but we take 50% of the profit after any selling costs we incur. So that includes if we have to get something authenticated using an online authentication service. That includes platform fees like promoted listings on eBay or Poshmark's percentage if it sells on Poshmark. So 50% of the profit.
Yeah. We like it because it's simple and because we know a lot of other places do a little bit less than that. And so we wanted to give ourselves the edge by giving 50%. We were going to do a sliding scale, but as we tried to write that out, it seemed just way too complicated. And we thought it'd be easier to advertise. We just do 50%.
Yeah.
So that's why we chose it.
This is one of those numbers that if we end up getting many more consignment clients, we might look at adjusting down the road. But especially starting out in consignment, we just kind of figured simpler is better.
So far 50's been working pretty well for us.
Yeah.
How do you pay your clients once an item sells, once a month, or ...
So this is also covered in the consignment policies on our website.
Most of these questions are.
Yeah, it's true. Most of them are. So we basically told our consignment clients, if you would like us to pay out at a certain point, then request, and we'll be happy to send you an e-transfer. We pay all our consignment clients by e-transfer because it's just the easiest. Otherwise, we pay out usually once every month or two, and that'll depend on how many items we're consigning for someone, how many have sold since the last transfer, etc. It's like right now it's sort of on request or at our discretion, and we just keep detailed records of
the last time we transferred.
Yeah, and then we go through our sales and just quadruple check we haven't missed anything, and we total everything up, and yeah, send them their portion.
Yeah, so we usually try and do that on the first of the month. For some clients, it's every month if they consign a lot with us. If they're consigning a little less, maybe nothing sold that month, or maybe we just want to wait till it's a bigger e-transfer, we'll do it every 2 months. It's been fairly informal with our clients so far. If we ever had a client that was like the first of the month, every month, we would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Because it's no inconvenience to us.
Yeah. Sending an e-transfer is pretty easy.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a time limit on how long you keep the items? So this is a question that we do, again, cover in the contract, and the answer is essentially a complicated no. There is no time limit. Our closet runs on a longer time scale. We're not fast flippers. We're people who try and hold things and get the most we can for an item. So that's just the way our closet kind of fell into its functioning. We don't have a time limit. We do have something in the contract. I forget what it says exactly.
Yeah. So basically, if we get to the point where we don't think we will be able to sell the item after relisting it and lowering the price to basically nothing,
$10, which is
yeah.
nothing on Posh Canada.
Yeah, then we reserve the right to let our consignment clients know and offer to give them their items back or donate them if it doesn't look like we will be able to sell them. This kind of ties into a question we got as well about, do we have like a minimum amount that we tell clients we'll be able to make for them? Or if people ask how quickly will you be able to sell the items, we never promise a minimum amount. We're very upfront in saying it's sales. Like, we will do our best to sell it, but not all items sell, even if they're perfectly good items. And even if something has a flaw, we'll try to sell it. It might not sell, right? So.
And in that vein, we ask our clients up front, if there's any item you're giving us that you would like a minimum amount for, you need to tell us that in advance.
Absolutely.
We haven't had anyone say that so far, but we've had some pretty high-end items from consignment clients, and so we've been cognizant of, like, we sold a little Prada pouchette for one of our consignment clients. We got quite a few lowball offers on that. We were not accepting those, and then when I did get an offer that I thought I would be comfortable accepting, I texted that client and I said, would this be okay for the Prada pouchette? Because it was Prada.
And because, like, it was on the lower end of the offers that we still considered reasonable.
Yeah.
And, like, at the end of the day, that's, like, we tell our consignment clients, we're going to accept offers that we think in our discretion are reasonable. So if you have a minimum amount in mind, you have to tell us that before we agree to take any of your items, because we can't promise that anything is going to move or what it's going to move for.
Yeah. So, and then if someone did say, like, I want at least $200 for this Prada purse, we just wouldn't accept any offers that would be giving them less than that for the 50% split or whatever they might say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how do you organize it so that you know whose items is who?
Yeah, so we have a few different ways that we do this.
But going forward, we pretty much have one way.
Yeah. Oh, I meant, like, we have a few ways that are like redundant tracking built into our system.
Yes,
so these ways are on Prime Lister. If you're using Prime Lister, you can add tags to your items. And so what this does is,
if you're not using Prime Lister, link down below for a free 7-day trial and whatever percent off something.
I'll put it on the screen somewhere. And if you sign up using the link, it supports our channel.
Yay!
Yay! Totally sidetracked.
Sorry.
Brain loading.
I'm
No,
so
that's
sorry.
okay.
On Prime Lister.
Yeah, on Prime Lister, you can put tags in and apply those tags to multiple items. So for all of our consignment clients, we have tags with their names, and then that's one way that we track. We also put the consignment client's name in the SKU of all of the listings.
Yeah, it's not in the SKU, it's in the other section. Yeah, in the other details section, I will write the name of the consignment client in the section where it has the SKU and the cost price.
Yeah. And then the last way is, if any consignment clients give us more than just a small handful of items, we do actually keep those items separated. So we have one consignment client who has given us a few batches. And so because she's just given us such a large volume, it's just been easiest for us to keep that separate from our regular inventory system. So we have bins just for her stuff. Yeah,
we have one set of bins that is just this consignment client stuff. Another consignment client that we got that did give us a large volume, we put it all into our regular inventory system and then just noted for everyone. So both systems work equally well.
One thing that we've done that may help with this as well, if you are trying to emulate what we've done, is I'll put a link to our inventory management system video where we go over how we take our photos, the whiteboard that we use where we write our SKU and our measurements on. And so where we have our inventory number, especially if you're integrating items into your regular inventory system, you do want to note somewhere on there,
on the
whiteboard somewhere, who it is that item belongs to, if it's one of your consignment clients.
That way, when you go to make the listing, you have the measurements on that whiteboard, you have the inventory number, and then you have the name of the consignment client that I'll be adding to each and every listing.
Yeah, so we try to build as much redundancy into our system without it being super cumbersome.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And for so that two of our consignment clients gave us so many items that we haven't done this with them, but two of our consignment clients gave us between 10 and 30 items. So we made an Excel sheet just of all their items.
Yeah, and going forward, we'll be making Excel sheets for any consignment clients who give us stuff going forward.
Someone asked, how do you measure shipping for eBay? Which isn't super related, but they did ask it under this. I don't know. Should we just answer? I think they mean, how do you measure items for shipping?
Oh.
It just says how to measure shipping for eBay.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Get a food scale.
Or a shipping scale.
Sure.
A little scale.
Get a little scale and switch it to pounds and ounces, and always round your measurements up. If you're Canadian, measure in imperial because reasons, and round your dimensions up. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Someone also asked, how do you report consignment sales for tax purposes?
So this I sort of see two interpretations for. If they're asking how, like, we as the people consigning for others would report it, I mean, that's just part of our business income is what it comes down
the
to.
Same as any other income from our business.
We would be taking in the revenue from Poshmark or eBay and then getting an expense for our business when we pay out our consignment clients. If you're talking about you have goods that you are getting someone else to consign for you and getting money for that, you should talk to an accountant if you're getting a substantial income from having your goods consigned by others.
It'll depend on the laws in your area. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was all the direct questions we got. We also just wanted to go over a few like tips and things we've learned from our first few consignment clients. The most important of which I think that no one asked about was like, how do you know where to draw the line at what consignment items to take and not take? And we go over this in our contract section. We have a list of brands that we generally don't take. And the way we recommend doing this is be picky about who you accept as a consignment client, but not as picky once you've accepted them as a client with what they give you.
Yeah.
So like make sure that they're going to have things that are high end that will net, because I know it's really easy to think consignment, $0 cost of goods, I can make money selling it. But when you factor in all of the time it takes to list and everything and all the costs that you do incur, the platform fees, the poly mailers, whatever you use for your business, when you take into account all of that plus your time, then it becomes a lot less worthwhile to consign, like, say, American Eagle shirts, because when you take away the platform fees and then you split it in half, and then that you're making maybe $5-10 per shirt, and we don't believe that to be the most efficient way to get yourself the most income the fastest.
Yeah.
We just generally recommend giving people an idea of things that you don't generally accept. And then if they generally shop at like very high end stores and they're giving you a bunch of stuff and they throw in the odd American Eagle item or the odd Gap, whatever, sell it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be super strict about like, yes, we will consign this, no, we won't consign this, because I think it's more important once you have one of those good clients who does shop at good stores and is good to keep them happy and be there for whatever consignment needs they have. And maybe they like consigning with you, for example. One of our consignment clients likes consigning with us because the store she used to take them to never took any of her guest items. And we like guest is essentially the lowest end thing that she has for us to resell. And we do still make money flipping her guest items, especially some of the times they come new with tags. So we're absolutely happy to consign those for her, especially because then she also gives us things like
our Valentino purse that we just sold.
Yeah, lots of higher end things come from her. All those Dickens tiles come from her, and consigning her guest things is the absolute like it's less than the least we could do. Yeah, we're happy to.
And like I said earlier, the best advertisement for your consignment business is a happy consignment client at the end of the day. It's just more when you're initially vetting consignment clients. It might be good to just tell them, I will be happy to let you know what I think I can sell when you give me them, and I can give you anything that I don't think I can sell profitably back to you. And that might be a good place to kind of vet out clients. If they just come to you with brands like George, Joe Fresh, American Eagle, like kind of the lower end mall brands,
if that's all of their clothes,
if that's all they're giving you, then it's just not worth your time, and it's frankly it's not worth your consignment client's time either. And it's better in the long run if you just say, I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be able to consign these. It just doesn't make sense for my business. And I mean, at the end of the day, most people are pretty understanding, especially if you're taking time out of your day to offer to like donate that stuff to Value Village or whatever.
And yeah, don't feel obligated to consign for anyone who offers to you. Some people hear like, oh, I can make money from my clothes, and then they just give you things, and like the lay public wouldn't know what has resale value because why would they? So
we always tell our consignment clients, especially before they give us their first batch, we've always told them, don't filter your stuff ahead of time. Let us do that. Because we have a pretty good idea now of what we'll be able to sell, or at least what has an okay chance of selling. And we would rather go through everything, break it down as like, we want to keep this stuff, we can't take this stuff because of condition or because of brand or whatever. But like Steph said, if someone is giving you a bunch of good stuff, be nice and take some of the lower end stuff, and maybe you only make $1 or $2 on it. But if they're giving you a bunch of like really good condition Lululemon or like things that people are shopping for, then it's worth your time to take on some of the lower end mall brands too.
So that is one of our general pieces of advice. What else do we have? Yeah, the last thing we go over in our contract is just kind of like how it's going to work and setting expectations. So like when you give us your clothes, sort of how long might it take for you to hear from us to get paid by us? How long will it take for us to list it? Like a general estimate of the fact that just all of this takes time. And we have a very large volume business. So because of that, if you give us something to consign with us, it won't be listed the next day or the next week necessarily. It will be listed over the next few weeks, and then it will sell over the next few months. So just setting up those expectations so that people don't contact you like a week from when they give you the clothes like, where's my money? Well, it's not even listed, much less sold. So just managing expectations about timeline is important because a lot of people don't understand whatever the timeline, and this will again depend on your business because again we run on a bit of a longer timeline than most reselling businesses or some reselling businesses do.
In business and life, under promise and over deliver, and that's kind of what we like to aim for. It's better to set the expectations maybe a little bit low and then surprise your consignment clients with a huge payout if and when their items start moving.
So I think that is everything regarding our consignment. If you guys are starting a consignment aspect to your business, leave a comment down below. Let us know if we missed anything. If you have any other questions, we're always happy to help. And if you're watching this and you're interested in consigning some clothes with us, you can visit the link. We'll have it in our description to our website with our consignment, and you can send us an email or DM me anytime on Instagram. We're always just at The Average Closet on all the platforms.
So if you found this video helpful, hit like, hit subscribe, and yeah, leave us a comment down below letting us know if you have any questions. Other than that, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.